My name is Jody Evenson, and I'm so excited to share my career change journey with you. After working in law firms as a paralegal for more than 20 years, I recognized my desire to take my career in a new direction. After doing some research, I determined the most successful career changes are those that leverage on your knowledge and experience. I decided the best place to start was to return to college and earn my bachelor's degree. With so many years of experience in the legal field, I decided to major in legal studies. I chose to pursue a career in the field of victim advocacy with a specific focus on domestic violence. There are no set educational standards. They vary for each sector and agency. As indicated by Kenneth Kolb in the conclusion of his journal article, Victim Advocates' Perceptions of Legal Work, quote, "Their lack of credentials make it harder for victim advocates to frame their care work as specialized and professional," end quote. Regardless, victim advocacy requires skill and knowledge in any of the sectors in order to successfully navigate through the legal and bureaucratic systems. What is a victim advocate? According to Mary Schuster, author of Victim Advocacy in the Courtroom, quote, "The presence of a victim advocate and the rights to give a victim impact statement originated within the victim rights movement of the 1960s and 1970s in the United States," end quote. She goes on to say, quote, "In 1982, the Federal Omnibus Victim and Witness Protection Act required that victim impact statements be considered in federal criminal cases, and soon after, all states began legislating the right to give victim impact statements for their court." Now I need to figure out which sector I want to focus on for my career. Local nonprofit, local government, national nonprofit, or national government. An example of a local nonprofit organization is SAFE. They provide services for children and families who have experienced or are at risk of abuse or violence. Some of the services provided by SAFE are providing basic necessities for displaced families, case management, assistance preparing restraining orders, etc. Advocates at these type of agencies focus on working directly with victims and helping them obtain restraining orders, writing victim impact statements, assist in navigating through confusing legal procedures. They also work with the local community to coordinate services for victims such as medical, educational, food, and housing. An example of a national nonprofit organization is Battered Women's Justice Project. They offer domestic violence-related training, technical assistance, and consultation to members of the criminal and civil justice systems. The project analyzes and advocates for effective policing, prosecuting, sentencing, and monitoring of perpetrators of domestic violence. Advocates at these type of agencies focus on improving our laws and the awareness of domestic violence by providing information and training to the agencies within our system of justice. An example of a local government agency would be the District Attorney's Office. Victim advocates that work within the DA's office are the liaison between the victim and the DA. These advocates work directly with the victims to keep them apprised of case status, pending court hearings, appear in court with the victim, and make sure the victim is allowed to read their victim impact statement should they so choose. An example of a national government agency is the Office of Victims of Crime, which is a part of the Office of Justice program within the U.S. Department of Justice. According to the webpage, their mission is to provide aid and promote justice for crime victims. These advocates work directly with the Victim Justice Program in improving programs, training, education, and our justice system. Just like education, there are no standard salary ranges. The annual salary is dependent upon the type of agency and can measure it with experience. For instance, the starting salary range for Victim Services Advocate 1 with County of Riverside is $37,000 to $58,000, can measure it with experience. In conclusion, among these categories, there are a vast amount of career opportunities for me in this field. While I have not yet decided which avenue I will pursue, I believe my knowledge and experience combined with my college degree will absolutely help me transition to the field of victim advocacy within any of the sectors I researched. I do know that I'm extremely interested in submitting for a fellowship program with the Office of Victims of Crime I discovered while doing my research after I graduate. This would be an extraordinary opportunity for me to build on my knowledge and experience, enable me to grow as a professional while also increasing my earnings.
Created using Powtoon.